friends, welcome back for another video. I'm Sarah. I make motherhood and simple living videos every week. Right now I have a series called Mindful Motherhood on my channel, and this video is going to be a part of that series. If you missed the other videos, I'll go ahead and link them here for you. But I basically go over my slow living tips and tricks, and I wanted to include some mental health videos. I wanted to make this video so I could answer some of the most common questions you may have about going to therapy. I think it's such an important thing to take care of your mind. It's just like any other part of your body. If you hurt your leg, you would go to the doctor. There's no difference in working on your mind. It is such an important thing, especially as parents, that we are continuing to give ourselves all the tools possible to be the best person for our children. I did want to do something different for this mindful motherhood video though, and instead of my regular format, I wanted to keep this one really casual and do a vlog where I can show you versus tell you. I thought that would be more beneficial for somebody who is interested in therapy and wants to see what it really looks like on a real world scale. I've been going to therapy for about 3 years. A patient point of view on how therapy works for me, I'm not a professional. And anyway, I'm just someone that goes to therapy, so I can share you what my experience is like. So I think as a mom, it's really important to be an example for my son and kind of show him that going to therapy is not a scary thing. It's good to talk to people. I don't want him to ever be scared of like going to a guidance counselor or something like that at school. I think this is a really good example to set for my child as well. My session's about to start pretty soon. I just put Soren down for his nap. We read a whole bunch of books, and that's one of my tips, is like doing something really relaxing prior to your session. And I love reading books with my son, so I just make a little extra time in my day before my session to do a little extra reading with him, since I enjoy it as much as he does. So we just did that, and now I'm going to make tea, because a warm beverage during a good therapy session is like perfect. So we're gonna do that. So today we are having Earl Grey Moonlight by Adagio. This is one of my favorite teas. It's black tea obviously, and it has orange and it has blue cornflowers in it. It smells incredible. Cornflowers in it make it so pretty. Can you see that? This is my secret ingredient in my Earl Greys. I include a little dash of violet syrup by Witchwood Syrups. They have the best syrups in the entire world. And I'm having so much fun like matching syrups to different drinks. I love teas, I love coffees, and I'm just having a blast like mixing and matching syrups to drinks right now. I also wanted to just say that I recognize that therapy is a privilege. I know not everybody has access to therapy because of financial reasons or otherwise. I've definitely been there before. I completely understand. And I just want to encourage you, if you're somebody looking for therapy but can't access it, there are some really good resources out here in the world, in the digital world. One of the favorite people I follow on YouTube, her name is Katie Morton. I'll link her channel below. It is completely all just mental health related. She has tons of helpful videos, valuable content. She even has workbooks and like worksheets and things that you can do for yourself and your own improvement available to you, I would definitely start there. So on days that I have therapy, I like to try to just make them a self-proclaimed me day and just try to give myself the most relaxing day possible. I want this whole day to be just kind of filling up my cup in the best way possible. So to do that, I do a couple things to prepare for it. And the number one thing is I try to do any major chores the day before, or if something comes up during the day, I try to push it until tomorrow. And if not, I mean, you're gonna have to do some chores every single day of your life anyways. But for like major things or things I can plan around, I try to do the day prior if possible. The next thing I do is I sit down and I create a list. And in a perfect world, I would be making this list since my last session, and just anytime I would think about a topic that I wanted to address in therapy or talk about or explore, any of the homework that they may give you to do, you would ideally try to do this over the span in between your sessions. But if you don't get to it because life's kind of crazy, I do it the day of. And it also helps me remember what I want to talk about and therefore get the most out of my session. The best way that I mentally prepare for a session is I try to eliminate distractions during my day, and that kind of looks like maybe no social media. I don't try to schedule any other appointments during that day. I also like to physically prepare for my sessions, and for me that looks like eating healthy meals that day, drinking a ton of water, staying hydrated. If I have time, I try to sneak in a yoga session. If not, I just try to do some meditation, and then just making sure I have hot tea with me during my actual session. And then I'll do a couple other things that I want to show you. I've recently gotten into listening to different Hertz frequencies to help with different things in my life, and it really helps calm and clear your mind. So I think I'm gonna do 432. Let's see. These look good. Let's try this one and see. Another favorite thing I do is I use a diffuser with some of my favorite essential oils in it while I'm doing my session. I feel like that's something they do if you go into an office for therapy. So it just kind of adds to your at-home experience if you're having to do it virtually. And today I am using just lavender, just straight lavender. I usually put like peppermint with lavender, but I just felt lavendery today. One of the things I found that were really helpful for me was to make sure that I was wearing something that I was comfortable in or just made me feel good for the day. That's gonna look different for everybody, but I chose comfy clothes because it is still a little cold outside. My t-shirt and just some sweatpants on. So just super comfy clothing to have a nice comfy day. I just want my whole day to be relaxing for me. So I've got my Hertz frequency playing, and now I usually would do maybe a little bit of yoga, or if I don't have time to do yoga, at least some stretching or a couple minutes of just clearing my mind and just relaxing and just giving myself that gift of time to relax, even if it is just for a couple minutes before a session. It's a few minutes before my session's about to start with my therapist. I've got my tea ready, Soren's taking a nap. My anxiety is a little, it's not bad, but I am a little nervous. I feel like I am nervous every time before I go to therapy, but also like I'm nervous just going down to the mailbox. That's just how I am about things. If I'm going to like the regular doctor or a dentist, like I get nervous before an appointment. So I don't think it's anything out of the ordinary, and it's definitely manageable. My best advice is just try to not think about it and try to distract yourself. So stay in that meditation mode until your appointment starts is probably a really good thing to do. But yeah, other than that, I'm excited and looking forward to it. I do try to log into my session a couple minutes early just to double check to make sure my audio and visual and everything is working correctly. I don't want to log in right before my session and find out like my computer needs an update or the software isn't working correctly and needs to be restarted or something like that. So just kind of working out any technical problems before they actually become a problem is super helpful as well. Hey, how's it going? I'm good. It's been a good week. Okay, so my therapy session is over with for today. Just to give you an update on how I'm feeling so much calmer. Here, let me bring you forward to come closer. I feel really sound in a lot of the decisions I've been making. I think this was a really good appointment for me. I went over some things that I was having struggles with during the holiday season and things that I have done to turn those struggles into successes. I've been working really hard on a couple of things and I fixed a couple of my own problems on my own. And what my therapist did was just kind of guide me and listen to me and support me and really gave me the tools that I needed to get through some tough situations. And then I talked about a really big problem that I have currently going on, and they just let me kind of vent, made me feel heard, kind of helped me brainstorm some solutions. And I feel really good about a choice that I'm going to make. So I feel like this is a really good session. When you go into therapy, I know it sounds scary, but when you're there, it's not. I think a major misconception is you don't have control over what happens in a therapy conversation, and that couldn't be more completely wrong. If there's one thing I could share with you if you're thinking about going to therapy, is just know that you have full control over how the appointment goes. You have full control over what you want to discuss or not discuss. It's completely up to you. Your therapist is there to help and support you and make you feel comfortable. So just know that going into this, and hopefully knowing that will bring you a little bit of peace. If you're thinking about going to therapy, I think it's wonderful. If you have access to it, that's great. If not, again, I think Katie Morton is just wonderful. I love her videos on YouTube and watch them all the time as well. So I hope I helped answer some of your questions about going to therapy. I hope you found it to be kind of an exciting thing to do, kind of a reward for yourself, and another way to take care of yourself as a parent. You really want to pour into your cup as much as possible because we don't get to do that very often. And yeah, I think it's a great thing. If you enjoyed this topic, let me know down below so that I can include more mental health videos on my channel. thank you for hanging out with me and spending my day as I go to therapy. Pretty much the rest of the day, I'm just going to enjoy spending one-on-one time with my son. He should be up from his nap any second now. And I'm just going to give him my full attention and just live in the moment with him. And perhaps take a nice warm bath tonight. Go to bed early because sleep is so important. Take care, stay well, and I'll see you next time, friends. Bye.